Okay, and this place is just mud and
It's
rotted trees.
mud, rotting trees, and like a pool of water, which you've currently got your back to. I'm assuming that's what you're using to protect yourself.
Okay, I'm just gonna I'll just pick up a tree. I'm gonna uproot one of these trees out of the mud,
Mhm.
and I'll be using that as my weapon.
Okay. You grab a hold of the tree and you tear it out. You much more resistance than you expected. You're incredibly strong, and
Yeah.
you could hear like a like an electrical kind of effect as you do so.
Ooh.
And you, as you pull up, you can see like there's a couple of cables hanging from the bottom.
Right, the tree. Okay.
You've got it in your hand. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, I'll look back at them like, huh, okay. And yes, actually, from the hole that I pulled this thing up from, what does that look like? Is it still mud and dirt, or
There's
did I
mud
pull
now
it?
seeping into the hole, but it did look like kind of organic looking, almost like a hole, like with like a mollusk-like effect inside it. Some
Okay,
form of organic technology, maybe.
right. Well, let's find the pearl in here. Cool. All right, so yeah, that's me. That's what I did.
Okay. Woo. Zero.
All right, so explain to me again what I have to do to see this guy. It's investigation plus perception
It is.
minus my IQ plus. What was it?
It's, let's see. The DOD is to see an invisible hero is
I have an 8 for my perception.
combination of their dex plus stealth, which is 17, plus double 31. Yeah, you need a 31 or higher to be able to spot him.
It'll be really hard. Maybe I'll get doubles. Get a base of 8.
Again, he is using shadows to hide.
Yeah, you can actually negate that, Renee.
Can I? How so?
You got body morphing.
I do. I was trying to figure out how I'd use that to my advantage.
You
Just
make
to
a
see
bioluminescent light from your arm.
All right, I didn't even think that was possible.
Anything, because the power you have is kind of like Plastic Man, where you
Right.
make something that does something with your body.
Right. Well, like I know I could physically make it, but actually, I know using that's where body morphing gets a little kind of gray in some areas. Like, what exact powers can I, use? I can look like it.
Yeah, I
can
think
ape
you've got
what it
like this
does.
insane amount so that it's more like a fantasy power than than super physics.
Does
Yeah.
seem to need a bit of definition, actually. Maybe the text of it needs to be worked up a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. You can make more than sword hands.
It's kind of. I got the impression it was like sword hands. So,
Right.
if you could do more than that, let's definitely mention that.
Yes.
So that's the problem with these with the restaurant style menu of powers. It's like people, go, well, does it do this? Or does it do that? And we
I mean, I
must
can
be
definitely
explicit.
try to do that. I can try to, just do
Yeah. You turn your whole body in that case into some kind of essence, kind of
yeah. I'll
glow.
try
So,
to. I will try to stretch you up and have my arm kind of be like a very glowy.
Cool.
Just
Yeah,
kind of
go for
circle
it.
around.
Kind of like the
Alright, so-
anglerfish kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of grow a big thing out of the top of your head with a glowing ball on it. Yeah.
So if I do that,
first
then
thing
am
is
I
you
adding
guys
my
need to
body
cover the ground
morphing to
between
my investigation?
yourselves.
Or
You do need to cover the ground between yourselves and Jerry, because Caliban and yourselves were quite a distance away, but you can take
we're
an
pretty
action
far
to cover
away.
that distance. 'Cause you guys are both on, or you are on top of trunks, and you can move
Got
and whoosh
Try
the
to
body
do.
around.
I don't know if you'll help me to try to do my stretching. I'll just do big, long, crazy steps.
Yeah. Kind of grab a hold
And
of
try to
something that's
get over
30
there.
feet away and shoot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. That just takes an action, so it just means you'll be at -5 to whatever you're doing next.
Okay.
Okay, so go for it.
So if I want to do the body morph, I only have a body morphin of 6.
That's
So
all light.
and like I said, and then my investigation. So how am I using that?
Body
into
morphing,
the
you're just making a straight body morph roll. Honestly, I'm not even going to make you roll because it's a fairly simple application of your power.
Okay.
So
So would I
you
just get
essentially, change your body form and shape and kind of make it turn it into a bright light. He's hiding. You can see him because his power effectively fails when you do that. He's hiding behind one of the trunks, quite close to the side, the Caliban side where he's holding the girl. That would be his weaker side because the only thing he could do there is like put the girl up as defense. And obviously, the Bartok doesn't really care about that. And he's keeping away from like the club. So he's there. You can spot him. You can see him, and you can see already his eyes go completely. He doesn't like the light at all. He's kind of like his eyes are kind of pinpricking. So yeah, what do you want to do with your third action? Or do you want
All
to do
right.
your third action now
So
that you can see
was the movement? I don't know. That was probably an action because of the distance.
because of the extra distance you're recovering, it was an action.
So this would be a
Normally, I
third
would say
action.
anything.
I don't think I'd have enough. He's got such a high defense. I don't know if I could hit him. You know what? What could go wrong unless I rolled double ones? All right.
That's right.
So
You could, if you want to, you could try and set him up, or
Yeah,
basically
he's-
try
I'm
to
gonna
set him
like-
up for your gun
Yeah,
lady over
that's
there.
probably-
I have
I'll just be like-
insane abilities to pop someone from unexpected quarters. So as
awesome.
long as I
Okay,
can see him,
so-
give him a little something to worry about, and we are set.
I'll
Is
say
there-
he
is
is
there a-
right there, 30
Is there even-
feet, you know, to
Is
the
there
left.
some kind of assist roll, Jerry? Is there some kind of assist ability?
Team attack is what you would like to do.
Not necessarily, no. I'm thinking of how during the stone drone fight, the stone drone had committed certain things just because it was under a lot of attacks and therefore had reduced capacity to resist or defend in some way. So I'm not looking for anything special, just the ordinary.
Yeah.
Just
I
want to make
definitely
sure
think
that
probably
comes in
next-
my favor.
Yeah, we
Whatever
probably
it
should
is.
do a team attack next time, though.
Yeah.
That'd probably be prudent because he's so
Mhm.
darn hard to hit.
How does that work, Jerry? What are our options here?
It's a coordinated attack. It's basically we all go on we go on the lowest, which doesn't really matter because we all go after this person. So we go on the lowest person's initiative, and then we can all take an attack with a little bit added difficulty, but then we do more damage. Blah blah blah. So we roll versus.
That's really okay. I'm gonna scuttle that right now. Added difficulty
isn't
on this
problem.
attack is not. That's contraindicated. Okay, that's not what we're gonna do.
Is there anything that can give you naturally? Is there anything in the rules as it stands that could give you a bonus to hit? So that if I, for example, helped you out, did I give you a bonus to hit? So,
There's
for
a few.
example, if
You can just
Shmoo just kind of like threw kind of her flailed her whip-like fingers at the person, kind of in their eyes or something like that, to give, let's
Right.
say, for example, to give Thin
Well,
Mind a better
she-
chance of hitting.
yeah, she's already done that. You know what I mean? Like, so she's
Yeah.
done what you've set out to do, which is basically make him a
Reveal it.
target.
Yeah.
right.
But if you want to
That's
go
awesome.
deeper into
So
it,
that
yeah,
gets rid
there's-
of the whole invisibility problem, basically, at
Right.
least for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm actually pretty well
Okay.
situated unless Shmoo wants to take a second action of some kind. Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So-
yeah.
Your first action is immediately absorbed in getting there,
Mhm.
because you're having to pelt through an incredible. Unless you have some kind of weird or wacky ability.
Me,
that
no.
allows you to instantly traverse. No. Okay. Yeah, I never sure.
Yeah, I
You have a lot
know.
of
Tell
fun
me
with all
about
kind
it.
of
Yeah,
fun.
there's weird little
Yeah, there's
thingies
a lot of
everywhere
fun
on
there.
this.
Yeah, yeah. So what you spot immediately is Shmoo standing in the pool of water, like her legs stilted up so she can,
Right, right.
she's like, 10 feet above the water essentially, with like a bioluminescent hand, which is like blazing, like this is like an arc light power
Mhm.
right on top of, the Barthok, and you've been basically keeping pace with her, dashing through the trees and stuff like that at
Mhm.
the same time. So you're now at the edge of the pool, about maybe 20 feet away from it.
Okay.
But
Well, that's an easy
it's
shot
ready
for
to
me on anything normal. So let's see what we can do with this. All right. My first then is to analyze weakness, which is going
Okay.
to be a
That's your
perception.
second action,
I know.
so that's a -5.
Mhm.
Okay.
Perception plus investigation, which are both crazy. So 5,
Cool.
It's 10. Okay. So that's plus 10 out of the gate, but I get other crazy shit that helps me a bit with that here and there. I think. All right, good. So plus 10 minus 5, so plus 5 to this roll. So I get in total of 16. And so what that gives me is I don't know what it's against. Jerry, you'll have to help me on this. This is analyze weakness. So I rolled a 16 total. My total number is 16, which has the
Is it a
MOS.
power?
Yeah, yes.
MOS of 1.
Yeah, it's a 1. And so I don't know if that means anything. If it means I get anything, then I'm going to get a plus 5 bonus to my next attack. That's what this does.
What is it's your analyzed weakness for your
With
perception?
the GM assigned DOD, success means you get a bonus to your next check roll equal to your perception attribute. Yeah, with all the bonuses of the bright light and all that kind of stuff, it would say be a -2 or -3
Right.
at most. So say a -3. So you do in fact get a bonus to your next attack equal to your perception.
Plus 5. Excellent. Okay, so so right now I'm just kind of setting up. I'd prefer. The trouble is he's going to move and cause all sorts of trouble, right? So so I guess I'm just trading off a plus 5 for a plus 5 for a -5, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about.
Is that actually an action, Jerry? The analyze weakness power.
Da-da-da-dum. I don't know, but let's see. Doesn't have to be. Let me look.
Yeah, I'm just interested because it's unless their perception attribute is 5 or higher.
Right.
That's actually a net loss if they're
exactly.
losing the
Yeah.
action.
What do
Of
you
course,
get
now,
for a
unless
plus
it's the
5
next
minus 5?
action being the next round.
Assuming
Right.
your perception is higher than that, isn't it?
No, my perception
yeah.
is 5. So yeah.
Is it?
Okay, I know where the benefit comes in. It's like taking a round essentially to look at it, analyze it, find the weakness. So it would normally be then the next action.
That is the
Would be the
normal
next round.
situation. Right now, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a slight time crunch. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. That's why.
Is it literally, Jerry, that it really shouldn't be used as a sequence within a round? Is that the intention?
Yeah. Well, the way it's written right now, it's used to basically, as Karen said, like you see it and then you're like, okay, now I know how to attack it.
Right. Right. The question is whether I can do that in a quick sequence within a round for any, but
Right.
apparently not. So, okay, I guess I just wasted a bunch of time on arithmetic.
That's all right.
In that case, I'm going to simply shoot. So I've got my ranged fighting and I've got my CR. That's the plus 16.
Okay, so -5.
So that's plus
The second
11.
action.
But I also
And-
I have a little teeny bit of luck left. I think I've got 1 luck point left. We may want to mess with that. So we will
And
see.
also you have his defense, which is -17 from your roll.
Right. Man, I'm not really doing well on this one, I think. But I get an 11 on the roll, so that's my, what did I say, a plus 11? So that's 22, but minus the 17 gives me a 5.
Is that a classic shot? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a 6 is a partial.
That's
okay.
Right. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know if we're getting anything with this guy. I mean, the job was to rescue the kid, right?
Yep. That's what we are trying to do.
So,
What we've got to in this thing is
Will
honest.
this thing leave you alone while you try to
Yeah.
figure out where this note is? Though, is
I don't think he's just going to let us walk out of here.
we'll find out. But if we go defensive, I think we can do better. You know, I mean,
Okay.
so.
It is now his action,
Mhm.
and he is going to use his first action to try to. Where is it? He's going to try and grab the kid out of your arms. So he literally goes, "Fine!" grabs a hold of her and tries to pull her
Man, you
away
guys
from
had a
him.
deal. We're no fun.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
play
okay.
War with this kid.
Yeah.
And poorly.
Don't want it now. You can have it back. Right. So, Jerry, I guess this is an opposed check of some type.
Some evade.
I suppose it would be an attack roll on his part because I'm sure you're not willing to actually like rip her in two.
Yes.
So you will let go at a certain point. So I suppose it's a attack roll against your evade ability, your defense.
Yeah. However you want to run it, we could do it like that.
Yeah, we'll go with that, and he'll see if he can try and snatch the child away. Now he has got a +20, but what is your defense?
13.
13. Okay, so he's got currently 7s.
Is he any way blinded by her light, as the song says?
Blinded by the light. I will
He's just
give.
visible. I don't know if it's bright enough to blind him, is it?
Yeah, but if
it's
he's
negated his
susceptible to,
invisibility power. But he has no particular weakness against it. He
Okay.
doesn't particularly like it. You know what? I will give you a single point, a kind of hero point to add to the actual, like, a negative effect, effectively hero point on him.
Right.
So he
or
would
just
get
give him
say
more
a
of a
minus-
penalty. Yeah, just
Yeah, give him a
add it.
-3 to the roll. So
okay. So I've got a 16 versus his what?
your defense is 16, right?
It's 16 now if you add that +3, so it's 16.
16 minus his attack is 20, so that's 4 base,
Okay, so he's got a +4.
and he's just rolled 6, so he's got a +10.
Okay, so he's got a partial.
He's got a
Yeah.
partial
Good for me.
success.
So you just need to get better than a partial.